Hello everyone. Today, thanks to the meme on the internet of the Star Wars questionnaire, I thought I would do my own, and because it's been like a year or something since Yarrow Proof has done his questionnaire of it. Like he pretty much like started it off, and there's been so many other people who've made their own. And I've been watching other people see their own, and I'm just like, yeah, I thought I could do that, and I'm just making my own Star Wars questionnaire. Now, these aren't the new questions, these are just the questions you've seen before and my own opinions on why I give these certain sides, these certain arguments. So, let's start it off. Question number one, Jedi or Sith? I am a strong Sith member because the philosophy around it is a lot more fluid and a lot more flexible and open-ended. It seems like there's a lot more clarification and a lot more of a practical and understanding way forward within comparison to the Jedi, where everything is set in stone and has very, very fundamental ways, where it seems a lot more of a strict government. And that's where I think the Jedi really don't really match up, in my view, towards the Sith. Alright. Question number two. Favorite world? My favorite world is Coruscant. I love the city and I think it's artistically beautiful all the way it's shot in a cartoon and in the movies. It really seems like something. That's where I think Star Wars is definitely at its most sci-fi-esque. It really shows like a wonderful sense of it. I just think it's beautiful. And with that, I have two honorable mentions with it. Korriban for the ancient Sith tombs there, which are really, really great, and Tatooine because of the Tatooine dinner, because of the beautiful desert, and it's the most probably the most famous and most iconic place of all. So I also love that one too. All right, question number three, and these are 3 parts in question number three. What is my lightsaber type? My lightsaber, my own lightsaber color, and lightsaber combat. Now for this, it's gonna be for mainly for my own Star Wars character, because I am kind of like working on my own Star Wars character in mind. All right, my lightsaber type would be a paired lightsaber, so it can join together and make a double-sided lightsaber, or it could be like a lightsaber staff with two joined together and just progress one lightsaber side out of it. It gives me much more options. I can act with two lightsabers, and also with that, I can also just wield one if I wanted to. So it's a much more multitude and much more open and fluid type of. It gives me many options besides what not having. My lightsaber color would be a deep synthetic red crystal, where I think all the other colors to me just fall into place. Or this one really just stand out a lot more, and I think it's just a lot more. I don't know. Red's my favorite color anyway. And my lightsaber combat for my own Star Wars character, would be a master at all forms of combat. But his most notable forms would be forms 3, 5, and 7. Okay, question number 4. Favorite species. For me in particular, I don't have a real definitive favorite species. But to me, what matters the most is if you are in touch with the Force sensitive. If you are a part of the Force, and if you are capable of having the Force, and you are capable of living and competing with others in this world, you are worth mentioning. If you're not, my own attention, you don't deserve my attention. I'm not going to pay attention to that. Number 5, favorite vehicle. My favorite vehicle is a Millennium Falcon because I wouldn't say it's small, but it's quite comforting within the own shape of it. It's quick and easily maneuverable, and also it has a great design. And my 2 honorable mentions would be Anakin's Twilight Speed Racer, which you would see in the Clone Wars TV show, and the Sith meditation spear, which I think is a wonderful, which almost struck my favorite, but very slightly out. Number 6. Question number 6. What Jedi Master would I want? For the Jedi Master I would want Luke Skywalker. Because I would feel like he really brings in the great education, the great training within both sides of the Force and within the lightsaber contact, keeping it within the balance. Because there's some times where you can see Luke Skywalker in the books becoming in one with the Force, and he's been known to take out armies at a time. It's just even at the age of 40 for him, and I just think overall, like, that's a great figure. If I was a Jedi, I would usually go with him because he just has a great multitude and a great balance within the Force and the lightsaber skills. It's a great balance for a great Jedi. Question number 7. If I was, what Sith Master would I want? The Sith Masters I would prefer would be Darth Revan and Darth Plagueis. And because they both have incredible training, education, and experience. With Plagueis, I chose him because he embodies the classic Sith teacher and the immorality thing, which I can totally get into. I think it's really awesome. Also, he has this clear view on philosophy and really tries to make you think for your own self instead of other Sith Lords just trying to make a carbon copy of a previous Sith, where he makes a clear brand new Sith, and I think that's really great. And I also really like Revan, Darth Revan, because his experience within both the Jedi and Sith, with the knowledge, knowing the strengths and weaknesses of the Jedi and how to exploit that and how to defeat a Jedi. Question number 8. What is my Sith name and why? My Sith name would be Darth Jales. The way to spell that, it would be Darth Jales. Mainly because when I believe you are a Sith, whatever came before, whatever happened before, it doesn't matter. You were reborn, you are new and better, and it's almost like this alternate new life. It's like you're brand new. Forget your past. Okay, look to your past, learn from it, and look forward. Go on forward. You are now your own new person. You were reborn, and you get the point of freedom of having your own new name. And for me, that's what really, to me, that's like the ultimate fantasy name. If we were reborn, what name would you want? It's like, with the names we have, we were stated with these names forever and ever until the day we die. If you get that chance of being reborn, what would be a name for you that you would have wanted? Especially in this Star Wars universe, which, by the way, would be totally awesome. Alright. Question number 9 and question number 10 for me are together, which is my favorite and my least favorite movie. And I'm putting in this order from my favorite to least favorite. My favorite will be episode 5, and then episode 3, and then episode number 4, then episode number 6, episode number 1, and my least favorite, episode number 2. The main reason why I chose episode number 5 for me is because of the balance of the perfect Star Wars movie. It has the most definite, the most clarification, the most notable things, the most iconic moments. It's just, to me, it's like the ultimate Star Wars movie that we get. Like, we get 6 movies. To me, that's what stands out the most balanced and the most well-rounded in my view, the most well-rounded and the best of all. And let me, my cat's here. And my least favorite movie would be episode number 2 because of the terrible romance and the horrendous dialogue and the bad CGI. Number 11. If I could write my own Star Wars novel, what would it be about? If I wrote my own Star Wars novel, For me, it will be about my own Star Wars character. Shut up, cat. That's caught on video. Alright. For me, my own Star Wars novel will be about my own Star Wars character and his view in this role of the Star Wars universe and the fate of the Star Wars universe. If I had to write in my own character, he would have this enormous factor with the universe of it. Alright. Question number 12. Which film has my favorite soundtrack? For me, that's episode number 3. Mainly because for the high octane power and the triumphant music that makes it seem really much more like a war film. And it's very, very active and it's very, very, very punctually engaging. Like there's moments in it where I'm just like, yeah, get it. It really seems awesome. Question number 13. Do I collect figures? Yes. Yes, I do. Some of my standout ones I have is of Plo Koon right here, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Anakin, Qui-Gon, Luke Skywalker, and Darth Maul. Those are the ones I have in a moment, and I have some more upstairs in my room. Question number 14. What is the best thing about the expanded universe? For me, the best thing about the expanded universe is the uncharted territory. It is that deep, rich history that we can go into and bring out a new light and really shows us this whole new things that make me enjoy it so much. For me, it goes to that limit at times for me to say that I can forgive the Star Wars prequels. I can see why they went in these certain directions. Where to me, it seems like the Star Wars prequels become tolerable. And it brings new things to be shown and to be shown upon in the films to give them a lot more richer and a lot more defined culture, and I think it'd be very, very interesting. And then in the end of all of it, it would make us wonder who is the right side to join, the Jedi or the Sith. Because there's one thing that I kind of don't like about Star Wars, even though I am 100% a diehard Star Wars fan to the end. The number one thing I kind of don't like about Star Wars is that it always paints the Jedi as heroes. For once, I would like to see the Jedi shown as hypocrites. I would like to see them shown as the weak side. I would like to see the Sith shown as the heroes. I would just seriously like it though. That's why I love Revenge of the Sith so much. Mainly because it's just seeing the Jedi get what they deserve. There's been moments in the Jedi's history where they've been just total hypocrites and they've been shown to be... Okay, admittedly, the Sith have been shown to be a bit too aggressive. The Jedi have been way too controlling, and they are willing to go to complete mass genocide just to wipe out the Sith. And I think that's totally inexcusable for the Jedi at times. So for me, I think the expanded idea of the expanded universe being explored upon is a brilliant idea. Question number 15. What's the worst thing about the expanded universe? Jen Sarai, Owen, and Yelsa Poof said that too many people writing on too many things at the same time. There's some moments where they really cram and wait and really want to work on the classic things that happened in the beginning within it, and they want to pay the tribute and be within the best characters, which I find a bit too distracting at times. And last, and certainly not least, question number 16. Excuse me. What does Star Wars mean to me? To me, it shows an alternate history. It shows an alternate Earth. It shows the advancement of all things. I think Star Wars is like a reflection of our own Earth, but in this ultimate fast forward in history, it shows the increase in technology, the advancement in weapons. Like there's guns and there's lightsabers. It shows both sides of it. It really brings into that real universal factor for it. It shows alternate history. It shows a brand new look on philosophy, on religion, on government and politics, and martial arts, and in warfare. To me, it shows an alternate world, and And I'm not the type of person who you will see and say, hey, that person's a bit of a loony case. Like, that person always has his head in the clouds. I'm like, no. I'm very much of a person who's very, very grounded in realism. But for me, whenever I look to Star Wars, I do become this person who just becomes totally invested and totally looks at Star Wars like this place as total escapism. It's like a true sci-fi fantasy. And that's what Star Wars is. It's sci-fi fantasy. And that's how it is placed in film history for sci-fi. Star Wars, of all other sci-fi films or series like Star Trek, Blade Runner 2001, Alien, Metropolis, Star Wars is sci-fi fantasy. And nothing can take away that from Star Wars. Because in the end, Star Wars, see this? Star Wars is sci-fi history. Yeah. It's sci-fi fantasy. And to me, Star Wars is my ultimate geek. And my ultimate film guilty pleasure. So everyone, thanks for watching. Keep this meme going. Keep it going. Bring it on new things. Comment down below what would you like to be or more. Feel free to agree or disagree. And above all things, everyone, keep the meme going. And thank you for watching. And remember, keep strong. And remember, in the end, wait, one last thing. May the force be with you. Always.